Look, we all know the story of the Red Sea crossing. It's one of the most epic tales ever told. But have you ever stopped to look at it not just as a miracle, but as a perfectly crafted thriller? That's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to break down Exodus 14 as an absolute masterclass in building narrative tension. So let's jump right in. The entire story really hinges on this one single, impossible question. The Israelites, they're fresh out of slavery, supposedly free, and then, boom, they're immediately herded into a corner with literally no way out. Talk about a high-stakes setup. So here's our roadmap. We're going to walk through this whole drama in 6 key parts. You'll see exactly how the storyteller just keeps cranking up the tension at every single stage, setting us up for that incredible finale. All right, first thing you have to understand is that this is no accident. The story kicks off with God giving Moses this really strange, almost nonsensical instruction. Hey, lead all your people directly into a dead end. Kind of weird, right? So yeah, this isn't a case of bad navigation. It's a setup, a total lure. God is literally baiting a trap for Pharaoh, and he's using the Israelites to do it. The goal? To pull Pharaoh into one last, epic showdown. It's like this incredible cosmic chess game, and this is the opening move. And hook, line, and sinker. Just like the script said, Pharaoh takes the bait. I mean, you can just imagine him stewing, right? All that free labor, gone. So when he hears they're just wandering around looking lost, that regret just boils over into pure rage. He gets the entire army together to go drag them back. And just check out the kind of force he brings with him. This is not a small posse. We are talking 600 of the best war chariots. These were the tanks of the ancient world, plus the entire Egyptian army. For the Israelites who have nothing, the odds aren't just bad, they're non-existent. And the pursuit is fast, brutally fast. The Egyptian army catches them right where God intended, camped out by the sea, with absolutely nowhere left to run. So you see, the big trap for Pharaoh is now perfectly set. But if you're an Israelite in that moment, it feels an awful lot like you're the one who's trapped. And this is it, the crisis point. Just try to put yourself there for a second. The most powerful, most terrifying army on the planet is thundering down behind you. And in front of you, an impassable sea. There is nowhere to go. This is pure, crushing despair. And this moment creates 2 completely opposite reactions. On one hand, you've got the people, and they are freaking out, literally screaming that being slaves again would be better than dying out here. But then you have Moses, who is just impossibly calm. He tells them, don't do anything. Just stand still and watch. The contrast is just breathtaking. So just as that tension is about to snap, the whole dynamic shifts. We move away from human action and into divine intervention. God makes a move. But interestingly, not to provide an escape. Not yet. The first move is simply to create a barrier. And this is such a brilliant storytelling device. You know that pillar of cloud and fire that had been leading the Israelites? It now swings around and gets between them and the Egyptians. Now get this. From the Egyptian side, it's a wall of total blinding darkness. But from the Israelite side, it's a pillar of light, illuminating their camp all night. It creates this supernatural stalemate. So with the entire Egyptian army held at bay in the dark, it's time for the main event. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. God tells Moses to raise his staff over the sea, and the central miracle, the one this story is so famous for, begins to unfold. The sequence of events here is just perfect for the drama. So the sea parts, the Israelites cross, and then in this moment of just unbelievable arrogance, the entire Egyptian army follows them into the seabed. That's the trigger. That's when God intervenes again, jamming up their chariot wheels, setting the stage perfectly for the big finish. I mean, can you even begin to picture what that must have looked like? The text makes a point to say this twice to make sure we get it. There was a wall of water on their right and on their left. They weren't just sloshing through mud. They were walking on a totally dry path with these massive, towering walls of water on either side of them. It's an escape route that just flat out defies the laws of nature. And now for the finale. With the Israelites safely on the other side, that divine trap, the one that was so carefully laid way back at the start of the story, is finally sprung. And you get this incredible moment of dawning horror from the Egyptian soldiers themselves. They're stuck in the mud, their chariots are useless, and they have this sudden, terrifying realization.
They start yelling, "Let's get out of here! The Lord is fighting for them!" They finally understand they aren't just fighting a bunch of runaway slaves.
So Moses stretches his hand out over the sea one last time, and those walls of water just collapse. The story delivers the final line with this chilling, absolute finality. The entire military machine of Egypt, gone. Not a single one of them survived. And this is the ultimate payoff of the entire story. The Israelites, standing there on the shore, witnessed their own total deliverance and the total destruction of their enemies. And that palpable screaming terror they felt just a few hours ago, it's completely transformed into awe, reverence, and, for the first time, real trust in both God and their leader. So as we wrap this up, the story kind of leaves us with this really powerful question. Remember what Moses told the people? Be still. In the face of a charging army, that sounds completely futile, right? Useless. But in this story, it turned out to be the ultimate act of faith. It really makes you wonder, when we're faced with our own impossible situations, where does one end and the other begin?